Hello guys, welcome to Shirley's World. I've been reading this. It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I'm almost 350 pages in, just 30 pages left. But let's talk. I didn't want to read the blurb, I didn't want to have any clues before reading this. I knew this was a love story. I was recommended to read this many times. I've been meaning to read this for a long time. I realized I wouldn't be reading it if the movie comes to theaters, so I just started reading it. Let me tell you the backstory. The protagonist is Lily Bloom, and let me start with her teenage years. I guess now she is 24. Yeah, Lily lived with her parents in Plethora, Maine. Her father, Andrew Bloom, was the mayor of the town, and her mother worked as a teaching assistant in the town. Andrew was he let his wife park in the driveway and he used to take the garage. It seemed no love between them. He was also abusive to her, not to Lily but to Jenny. He used to hit her for a week, and then the next 2 weeks he used to behave like world's best husband. He stopped hitting if Lily was around. So this is how Lily saved Jenny. And she also didn't want to move out of the house. She couldn't understand why Jenny chose to stay with him, but she really hated it when Jenny reasoned Lily as an excuse and not giving up on him. She didn't want to be her mother in the future if this happened to her. They finally Andrew hit Lily, and Lily thought this would be the last straw, but Jenny didn't give up the marriage. Even though Andrew hit his own child, Jenny kept extending her tolerance level. There was no stop to it. She was the kind of woman like, I tolerated for 15 years, why can't I do it for the next 10 years? I think these incidents made her not to be confident around boys. She used to take her aggression out on gardening, took her mind off things. She also vented everything in her journal. She wrote them to Ellen. Who's Ellen? Yeah, her teenage years filled with Ellen DeGeneres shows. When she felt like she had lost the ability to smile or laugh, she turned on the TV and she used to feel better when the show was over. This was her life. Then she fell in love with a guy who was senior student in her school. His name was Atlas. The name was a bit ironic. Atlas, who didn't have a place to stay. Yeah, he was homeless. Atlas and Lily created a bond. After school, they watched Ellen's show together and Lily let him take a bath at her house. Lily felt Atlas was the first friend she ever brought home, so she felt more connected to him. They spent time together until her parents were home. Atlas was like a Prince Charming version with blue eyes, to be precise, Siberian husky eyes. There were no flaws in him and everything about him right all the time. He behaved right. He did right things at right time. I liked Atlas for his character, but how can someone be without flaws all the time? Then Atlas left for Boston after school. He really liked Boston and influenced her. Everything was good at Boston. She came to Plethora for her 16th birthday and gifted Boston Magnet. When Atlas said to Lily she saved his life without even trying, I really got emotional. Can someone tell? Be an adult. You can choose your own life. Don't wait for me. And finally, I love you. Atlas did. Andrew caught them in Lily's room. He hit him badly. Nobody wanted to teach him how to hit a person. He was the expert. Lily cried a lot for her first love. She felt the worst pain because she had the really serious emotional connection to Atlas. And Atlas didn't come back to Plethora. That was heartbreaking. No, he did after a year or so when she was at college. But why the considerate Atlas didn't come back sooner when she was still at school? After these two parted ways, Lily got a tattoo of an open heart in the place of a collarbone where Atlas used to kiss her. Then she finally finished her college, got a degree in marketing. They both did not meet. Her father went sick. He stopped beating Jenny. So she finally moved to Boston to be independent. Why did she move to Boston? Why not Providence or New York? I then realized everything of what she is now could be surrounded by Atlas' memory, the tattoo, living in Boston, and journals. Her first love, no one can escape the feeling. Everything remains fresh always. She couldn't forget him. She doesn't want to take him out of her life because he was so good to her. This was all the backstory, and today she is 24, I guess. She works as a marketing executive. I really needed some tea, so I'm with my tea now. Okay, where was I? Yeah, Lily's father died. She was supposed to give an epic eulogy, but she couldn't tell a single nice thing about him. She stood still on the podium. That was disastrous. Then, after the shitty day, she hopped on the next flight, flew to Boston, and hijacked the first rooftop she could find. She's sitting on the ledge of this rooftop building. Yeah, that's today. Then a guy with a bad temper walks through the door and kicks all the chairs in the rooftop. The book didn't reveal why he was angry. Did I miss that? I don't know. He's handsome. He's really handsome. I think the director Justin is also handsome. His name is Ryle Kincaid. That's really a good name. And he smells like money. He thinks Lily is suicidal, so he commands her to get off the ledge. The way it was written about his beauty, any girl would fall for him. All the male protagonists in this book are really handsome. They both start talking and get to know each other. Ryle's sister owns the entire top floor apartment of the building. I think his family is also rich. He is a neurosurgeon. I believe Justin would be looking good in scrubs. Ryle wants to be successful in his career, so he doesn't want to get married or have children. He has never in history met a girl twice. He always prefers one night stand. He just wants to bang girls and leave them. I think it's getting dark. I will talk about the rest of the plot tomorrow. So I have narrated till the rooftop. I think I haven't mentioned about the Naked Truth game. It's not a game. They both share their secrets through Naked Truth. Lily says that she fell in love with a homeless guy, Atlas. And Lily's father found out and hit him. That's it. She didn't tell him more. Why did she want to hide from him? I don't understand. Maybe they did not have a proper breakup yet? No, that can't be. But still, I don't understand. Also, if she really loved him, she would have not mentioned him as homeless guy. Bit rude. Was it a pity then? Back to the rooftop, Ryle says he wants to fuck her as a Naked Truth. They both are polar opposite. One is specialized in one night stand, the other is on the quest of her holy grail because Lily wants to get to know the person before any physical intimacy. Then Ryle gets an emergency call. Before leaving, he captures a picture of her. They didn't see later. Then after 6 months, Lily spends her entire father's inheritance on a building to build a flower shop. So a random woman walked in to volunteer to renovate the building. Lily really likes her Pinterest idea. Her name is Eliza. It hugely surprises Lily sees Ryle in her shop, who turns out to be Eliza's brother. This means Eliza is rich. She owns the entire top floor apartment. Then why did she agree to work for $10 an hour at Lily's flower shop? I don't understand what she will do with it. It seems a bit irrational. Which rich agrees to work for $10 an hour and takes out the rubbish when she has all the people to do at her own apartment? Then the story was like Lily often reads her journal where she has written all about Atlas. Lily reading the journal made me think she hasn't got rid of Atlas. Deep down, she could have been still in love with Atlas because there was no hate or remorse for him. Now that Eliza works at Lily's flower shop, Ryle and Lily meet often, at least once every 2 months. Lily is nervous around him, a sort of flirtation going on for a long time. Eliza wants Lily. Her brother doesn't have a best track record when it comes to relationship. I felt Eliza knew something about him. Have you noticed when he got angry, he spilled the coffee in the sink? Eliza was very cool about it, and Ryle comes across many women in his life. Never seen any girl on the next day but Lily. Lily is the first girl he wants to be with. He talks about her all the time with his family members. Even his mom know about her. He wants to change for her because she is a drug, so he has withdrawals. Earlier he didn't want to have any relationship. Now he wants to test drive one. What makes Ryle stand out is how unique he is in his romantic relationship. He saw a girl like her too much. They didn't exchange number, capture a picture of her, frame the picture in his living room. I haven't seen any movie doing it so far. And he makes her sit on his lap like a child. That was really cute. He monitors her heartbeat while having coitus. I was literally head over heels for this book at this point. I think people must have liked these romance bits more. how they both are ambitious and have a sweet and romantic relationship every opportunity they get. That's how this book stands out in romance. The romance is too good in this. I felt Ryle was made for good romance. Did I mention he is good looking in Scrub? There is one common thing between Ryle and Atlas romantically. They both kiss her at the same spot. I find myself highlighting more quotes between Ryle and Lily than Atlas and Lily. Then Ryle and Lily get to know Atlas owns the restaurant and he is the chef. And then the story goes on with more romance and all good things. I couldn't imagine two people will get married in 6 months. I agree, two people can get married after 6 months of dating, but not Ryle. Ryle didn't want to be in relationship. It didn't sound reasonable to me. They get married. Ryle buys an apartment to surprise Lily. The feel of the apartment is rich and Lily loves it. After marriage, husband and wife talk their naked truths. Until this point, Ryle doesn't know much about Lily and Atlas' relationship except he was homeless with whom she fell in love and her father hit him. With Ryle, everything is still fresh. With Atlas, she has seen the deepest wounds and lived with them. One day, Ryle repeatedly mentions that his hands are important as a surgeon. I suspected something bad would happen, and it did. He physically abuses her. After the incident, I stopped glorifying him. I instantly hated him. Now Ryle becomes the bad guy. I definitely want to kick some chairs now. I have to buy marine grade polymer chairs now. He asked for her forgiveness after the incident. I started doubting his every action and move. Was he real when he said he loved her? I felt that honeymoon period was going to be over. Ryle came with more positive outlook, led me to believe he was the Prince Charming. He was portrayed as overly romantic, overly caring, but he has come with baggage. How much the romance was intriguing in the first part, it scared me on the second part. Now, I couldn't accept if the title was for Ryle and Lily because Ryle doesn't deserve it. He doesn't like anyone playing with his toys. If anyone does, he pushes the other kid. He is like a baby. But if the title is for Atlas and Lily, and even if they don't end up together, I would still accept it. A lot of incidents happening back to back. As I imagine, there is a crack in their marriage. After major incidents happen in their apartment, Lily is scared of living with Ryle. She calls Atlas and stays with him for a few days. She finds she is pregnant. Ryle asks her to stay in the apartment because he is leaving for England. Lily prefers to stay in the apartment because he is not home. But why she has never bothered to leave the apartment? I know she is pregnant, but she doesn't want to live with him anymore. Then why she wants to live in the apartment? I know she is really confused if she wants to leave him just because he gets his temper. Also, she knows he is not loving her in the right way. All she has is more fear for him than love. Lily eventually gives birth to a girl child and decides to divorce Ryle on the same day because she doesn't want her child to go through all this shit. After a few months, she meets Atlas. Atlas says, "You can stop swimming now. You have reached the shore." I think now it's going to start between them. So the story ends here. I like Eliza more than Lily. Eliza is too good. Lily is not a powerhouse. Rather, she was someone we can all relate to. She was okay to stay and suffer but failed to leave saying she loved him. So I haven't felt any inspiration from the lead character. Atlas friends. They are so funny. Brad, Darren and Jimmy. They appeared around page 300. Oh my god, Brad is so cute and funny. Hey Jimmy, this is Lily. She married to an asshole. Lily, this is Jimmy. He's pompous and arrogant. That made me laugh and other bits too. These people are like keeping your mind of things. I don't know how the movie is. A few things are a bit unrealistic to happen in real life. But how all the side characters in this book are real life cute and funny. Marshall, Eliza, Brad, Darren and Jimmy. Oh my god. 1 or 2 pages the story will be boring and will give you bad vibes. Then it will be back on happy track. So if you want to read any feel good stories with good romance, then this is for you. After reading 100 pages, I was rooting for Lily and Ryle. Then after reading 300 pages, I started rooting for Lily and Atlas. With Ryle, she is all lovey-dovey. With Atlas, she is more than that. But I literally rooted for Lily and Ryle to be together at the end, though I liked Atlas. It was pretty fast reading. I didn't read it in one sitting. I didn't feel like to read it in one sitting. But whenever I picked up the book, it was pretty fast. It didn't bore me even with a single page. You will just flip through it easily. Let's think the other way. What if Ryle and Lily haven't met? Definitely she would have ended up with Atlas for sure, I believe. And there is a hilarious thing. If you have read the book, you would have noticed how she raved about her name and hated her name. Then finally she ended naming her baby a way too funny. The full name of the baby is Emerson Dory Bloom. What? There is another hilarious thing. When I read the last line, I understood it ends with us meant. The abusiveness ended with Emerson and Lily. I was disappointed. Takeaway of this book is huge. It is easy to judge anyone why people are suffering in abusive relationship when they have the opportunity to live on their own. But when you are in an abusive relationship, you will know the pain and be in a state of confusion. This is Lily's life. I rated this book 4 stars just for romance. But I definitely hope the movie would be good than the book. And that's it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I will meet you guys in another episode. Until then, a lot of love and hugs.